Hey ladies, how's it going? Dan Frampton here. Welcome back to the Dan Frampton channel, and today we're doing an interview review. So we got first generation hardcore meeting next generation hardcore in this 46-minute banger of a video, and I thought that was a monumental enough occasion to jump on here with a full-fledged review of it. That's right, we got Keith Morris of Black Flag and Circle Jerks fame meeting up with Kat Moss, the vocalist from Scowl. Now this Keith Morris character is actually on Joe Hardcore's Mount Rushmore of hardcore, or at least he was last time I checked in. But if you're going into this thing thinking that Keith is going to be interviewing Kat, I'm here to tell you that is not what this is. If you're familiar with Keith Morris, you won't be surprised to learn that his voice is all over this fucking thing. At one point, he even says that he's here to celebrate the 40th anniversary of his 2 records. Oh, and also to ask her a couple questions. Classic Keith. Keith is hilarious, man. Kat asks him like, "Are you from Hermosa Beach?" And he says, No, I was born there and I live a couple blocks from there, but I'm not from there. And she just goes, "Oh, okay, true, gotcha." But I'm not gonna be like, "Okay, true, gotcha," because I'm not trying to climb the ranks in the hardcore world like Kat is. She's gotta be like, "Okay, true, gotcha." But what the fuck was that, man? Why didn't you just say yes? I'm not here to rip on Keith Morris, the punk rock legend, because he is a punk rock legend. But I am here to rip on Keith Morris, the interviewer, because he is one of the worst, if not the absolute worst, to ever exist. The most mic time that Kat got to get was when she got to talk about her scene, and she just lit up when she spoke about it. She was like, "It grew from like 50 of my friends to like 2,000 strangers I don't even know, and that's so sick." And then Keith is just like, "Yeah, 666, yeah, that's cool, whatever. And I would have really loved to see her talk about that a little bit more, because she is the new talent and it needs to be nurtured, okay, Keith Morris, not smothered. Because earlier in the interview, she joked about knowing some energy vampires, and I'm not sure she knew she was in there with Energy Dracula him fucking self. He sucked like 75% of the energy away from that interview. But he did have one redeeming take. When Kat asked him, again, about the songwriting process, was it like organic or more calculated, Keith's take on this was an absolute preach sister moment. That calculated stuff is for the labels, man. That's not for the bands. Get out there, write the songs, play them to the people, have fun, and go crazy. That's what this is all about. Calculating shit, that's bullshit. You're thinking like a business, and that's fucking for the labels. What the hell you doing? That's for the management companies. Be a band. But around the 40-minute mark, it seems like Keith is gonna ask her a question, but just keeps on talking. And it's ironic, man. There was a lot of talk surrounding like the trimming of the fat around songs and the behind the scenes going on or whatever. And I don't know how they didn't realize they could have trimmed the fat off of this fucking video. It's clear to me that neither of these people are broadcasters, because this was one of the most awkward things to fucking sit through. If this was a demo reel sent by Keith to like, I don't know, a TV station along with his on-air interviewer resume, there's no way the man is walking out with a job. He just sort of meanders around a question for a bit, he makes you think he's gonna ask one, and then he just tells you about this keen new model train set that he's got. "I got this really shiny new red caboose," he says. He doesn't actually say that. Now, because of who is involved in this video, I do think that it is worth a watch. Even though it's just 46 minutes of Keith telling you what shaped clouds he likes best. And if I were running the interview, maybe I would have conducted it a little bit differently. Yes, I would have celebrated those 2 records that came out 40 years ago. You fucking created the genre, man, and that can't be undersold. Well, you helped create it. I can't give you all the credit. You didn't make most people's Mount Rushmore. You made Joe Hardcore's. But what I'm saying is this interview should have been used to give the rub, as they say in the wrestling world, to the new talent, to the up and coming. But I don't think that was what was accomplished in this interview. And every time that it just kind of trailed off, it just cut to B-roll of them looking around the record store or whatever. It didn't start gracefully, it didn't end gracefully, and it was awkward throughout. So I'm not giving it a high rating. It still is like a fascinating time, that is for sure. But this is an interview review, and I have to stamp a rating on this thing. And I'm saying that this thing is 2 out of 5 piss-soaked couches. Okay, and that's going to be about it. If you liked it, slap like. If you disagree with me, I want to hear it down there in the comments, because the dislike button doesn't work anymore. Or at least it does, you just don't see the tally. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have, consider joining. And until my next upload, watch another upload.